Hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 130 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. This one titled I Wanna Be a Producer, from the hit musical The Producers. I mean, the name should have given you a clue. I wanna be a producer with the hit show on Broadway. I wanna be a producer, lunch asades every day. I wanna be a producer, uh, stride, I don't know, top hat and a cane. I wanna be a producer and drive those chorus girls insane. So, putting aside the incredibly problematic views of Leo Bloom, the character, and he's problematic in its own regard. First of all, some admin work. I'm still coughing. The coughs have become more violent. I will not cough into the microphone as I've tried in the last few episodes. It's annoying. I know. Like the whole of this season has been nothing but me coughing, and believe me, you hear it once a week. Imagine living it. It's not good. My drink today is some sour cherry syrup. This one, not the like what do you call it? Factory made one. It's supposed to be more handmade, and some water mixed in. Tastes awful. I hate it. I really do. It's not good. I will not buy from this brand ever again. Though the fact that it's been in my refrigerator for a while now before I mixed it probably didn't help the flavor, but right now it really doesn't taste good. And it's hard to get the ratio right. Like, right now it just feels not sweet enough and yet too sweet in a sense that it repulses you. Anyways, not a good drink I have for today. But why did I call this one I Wanna Be a Producer, when in reality I kinda dislike producers? First of all, this has nothing to do with the recent like WGA and SAG-AFTRA protests. I'm kind of thinking I maybe should have changed the name. I just thought of it now. No, it's nothing to do about that. By the way, WGA got what they wanted, and that is incredible. Like, I'm genuinely happy about that. And fuck any studio head, executives can go fuck the right off. But the reason I said I want to be a producer is because I today kind of was a producer. I have been a producer before, sort of. I've produced my own stuff. I've produced videos. I've produced short films of my own. But usually, I don't. Oh. Oh well. I got a message from Board Game Geek right now. I'm recording this at around, by the way, 12:30, 12:40. So yeah, we're back to recording at like odd hours. The reason is my Friday is completely full. I don't think I can record, so instead of resting, I'm recording this to get it up. That's what. No, I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, I've produced my own stuff, but I really haven't been much of a producer for other people's stuff. I've produced a short film, a short class project. It wasn't a really good time. I've talked about it. But today I kind of produced a podcast in the sense that I brought the equipment, I made sure the recording went okay, and I was present. I didn't speak. And sorry about that. So yeah. Yeah, it sucks. So yeah. When that new podcast, if that sort of happens, hopefully it does. I mean, the first episode is already recorded, so at the very least, there is one episode in the bank. But when that new podcast drops, I will make sure to say it on this one as well. But anyways, I produced that, and I just got my ideas for my other project, and some of them really don't really involve me. Like, for example, I had an idea for something called the Idea Store, which was like a series of recordings, audio and video recordings, happening every 3 months, basically at the end of a season. And the way they were formed was basically I would be on a show, but I would also produce a couple of others that I wasn't involved in. And like I genuinely felt excited about that for a second, and it's something that I need because okay, there is another thing I need to tell you, and that is the uh, definite decline of my mental health. Now, many reasons for that. Chief amongst them, I live in Iran. There's been a war in the region, not in Iran. I mean, in Iran, there's always the usual fuckery and citizen killing, but in the Middle East, there's been a new war, and oh goody, like this region didn't have enough wars. We needed a new one. Anyways, there are some minor issues that really get on my nerve and really like fuck up my concentration and my everything. Like amongst them, I'm trying to buy a board game from board game geek market, and I've never done it before, and I'm weary of scams, and at the same time, I really do want that game. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I I mean, it's Fury of Dracula. I want Fury of Dracula. I've heard good things about it. I've seen it. It sounds extremely fun, and above all else, it's about Dracula, and I have a thing for Dracula. So, and there is that, and like chief amongst them, as I said, is living in Iran. But there is like a lot of tiny other things, and one of them that never leaves my head is unrealized projects. As you probably have heard on this show, at the very least, many times, I have a ton of projects at hand, like a ton of little ones, but at the same time, ones that require a lot of attention. For example, just off the top of my head, I haven't written it down in my notes. I'm gonna go it. I have the video, of course. The video is gonna be the bane of my existence, but hopefully I can get on top of that very soon. I have the video. I have my short story and my series of short stories that I wanted to write called The Wondrous World of Monsters and Men. I've had this podcast. I have two other podcasts with two other people that I've yet to badger enough to go back to. I do have more video ideas that I'm not going to get to until I'm finished with We Didn't Start the Fire Part 2. And then I have my movie, my short movie that I also do need to make, and I haven't even revised the script for yet. It's a bad case of both a writer's block and editor's block. It's maddening. There is just tiny modeling stuff that I want to do. Not I model. I mean, creating tiny models of like model houses and stuff like that. I have a kit I haven't opened yet, and it's really bothering me. And I have my thesis, which is about the mythical heroes in spaghetti westerns. That's a mouthful, but I'm actually looking forward to that because it means I get to watch a ton of spaghetti westerns and at the same time discuss them and talk about them, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I don't know why I decided to do it in It's Gonna Be Me voice. And a few nights ago, I have a weird case of insomnia these days. It probably is due to the myriad of drugs and medicine that I have to consume because of my weak constitution right now. But I have a weird case of insomnia, and I was checking out what I actually talked about. Let me tell you the exact episode of it. A few episodes ago, I discussed a world that I had written um, when I was in high school, and it was called Ehothar, and it's chapter 127, Tiny Worlds. If you haven't, I do recommend going and listening to that. It's a chiller episode. It's not whiny like this one, but do go ahead and check that out. So yeah, I was checking out the notes I had written for that, and sort of getting back into the, you know, gears of things. I started remembering all of the stories I wanted to tell and all of that, and that really hurt. Like that was a sting of disappointment when I realized, oh yeah, I never did do anything with that world, and it's just there. It's not good. It's really not good. It really hurts in a incredibly deep and personal level. It really really hurts. So there is that, and the reason I want to be a producer is that it felt good today. Today, as of today, I mean Thursday, was a mixed bag. I'm not gonna say much about it. I'm feeling a little bit better now, but there was some moments of incredible mental anguish there. But when you were recording, for a second, it felt like I was doing something. Now again, this isn't a career at this point because, well, I'm not getting paid to do it, but it does feel like I've done something. And it's sort of, again, I'm sure if I do the editing and just get on with that, I will feel better, but I haven't. I don't know why. There's nothing stopping me. Like when I'm done with this, I can go and edit, but I can't. It's again editor's block. The same way I can't rewrite my script. I just feel incredibly stuck in time and space and all of that shit. Anyways, yeah, that's. Let me take another sip of this horrible, horrible drink. Part of it is also the medicine, I'm sure, because I'm feeling sore all over my body, and I don't do anything. I'm bedridden basically. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the how do you call it, medicine is involved. Sorry, my brain is a fog. I have a new Fitbit, by the way, Fitbit Sense. It measures my sleep, and it's not been that bad. It's been an unusual hours. Like I sleep at 9 a.m. and wake up at 5 p.m. But apparently it's okay. Like it's fair. It's not good, but it's fair. So I'm at the very least I'm getting good sleep apparently. But all of these unrealized projects really do take a toll. Um, I procrastinate. I I I rewatch stuff. Very recently, I started rewatching a bunch of Dan Olson and knowing better. Sorry, I forgot the name of the guy. I don't think he actually tells us his name. Knowing better. I literally just finished watching as I was getting my stuff prepared to record. I finished watching the Indian removal video, which is a fantastic piece of work, and it makes me feel worse because I haven't made anything like that, and I'm actually going to put a link in the description to both the Indian removal video and the entrepreneurs video from Folding Ideas or Dan Olson. That one I know it's Dan Olson because he says it everywhere. And in entrepreneurs, I'm not gonna like spoil it or anything. I mean, it's not a story. He tries to do something and write a book in 30 days, He says something there. He says that his progress has been slower than he thought, and even when he's not working on the book is always there, and not working on the book takes us the same amount of energy and drive as working on it. And I know it's incredibly different, making basically making videos and doing those videos are his career, and mine are mainly a hobby. That sucks. I'm 26 and I still don't have a career. Yay. It's scary. Future is scary. I'm scared of the future. It is murder. It was a reference to Leonard Cohen's song, "The Future." Give me back the Berlin Wall. Give me Stalin and Saint Paul. La 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 la. I don't remember the rest. It's been a while since I've listened to that album. It's not my favorite Leonard Cohen album either. It's Various Positions is my favorite one, and Dance Me to the End of Love is a song I have memorized in my head. But I was watching him, and at the same time I felt like, oh yeah, that's me with the video. I know I'm not under any illusions that we're doing the same amount of stuff. I'm not. This is my hobby. I'm not doing that, but I realized what he was saying, because not working on the video, not editing it, takes as much time and effort as editing it. I'm mentally exhausted because I'm thinking about editing it. I'm thinking about the fact that I should be doing this, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And that really does take a toll. It's not a good thing. So well, that happened. And I was hoping at the end of it I can say, but I'm gonna change it. But I've talked about this. I've talked about this in this very season. I talked about this when I talked about behindness. I talked about it at the beginning of the season, and I didn't change my ways. This remained the same. And so I'm not gonna fool myself. I'm probably not going to change much. And next week I will be sitting here talking about the fact that it is still something in my life, something big and something daunting, and something that makes me really, really hate how my life is turning out. Even though in the grand scheme of things it's nothing. Nobody's looking forward to this video. I'm not even myself. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm already thinking I just need to get it done with, so I can think of the videos that I do want to make. I want to make my Offer video, a video about the TV show The Offer, which I think everyone has forgotten at this point. I want to start working on my Dracula video, which is something I was supposed to do this year, but I'm gonna postpone it because right now I have an excuse. I want to have Fury of Dracula in the background if I manage to buy it. So basically my brain is rationalizing itself and at the same time insulting me for what a lazy fucker I am, and it's not a healthy relationship, the way me and my brain treat each other. We could use couples counseling, but couples counseling has gone up in price, and I need all of my money to buy Fury of Dracula and other games. I recently bought Brass Birmingham. I bought it on Monday, haven't even played it yet. I look forward to it though. Board games are my newest obsession, and FOMO really grabbed me there. The reason I'm kind of saying the Fury of Dracula thing is going on my brain and getting really on my mind is because I'm afraid I might lose this opportunity to get it basically for half the price, because it's not a brand new from a retailer version. So anyways, if you manage to make sense of any of that mess, I give you an award. Call it the Last Thoughts Awards. And but in order for me to understand that you gained any information from this, you should send me a message on Spotify for Podcasters. You can send a voice message if you have a Spotify account or a Spotify for Podcasters account. I don't know which. Sorry, I should have looked it up. I didn't. But you can send me a message at most 1 minute, and I will play your voice message at the beginning of the next episode, and you might shape a whole episode around your message. At the same time, if you listen to this on YouTube, don't forget to comment and subscribe and like the episode if you liked it. If you're on Castbox, you can comment there. I have the app and I have the notifications on. I will see you all next week.